Hey everybody, how's it going? Gonna try to make me a oil transfer pump I'm gonna use for waste oil. And I've seen some videos on YouTube about using a small block Chevy M55 oil pump. I believe it's I don't know, like in the 90s maybe. Anyway, M55 is the number there. Melling brand. Got it AutoZone for like 28 bucks. So I already opened it up, but let's get it out of the bag and see what we got. Kind of hard doing it one-handed. I do have a couple of tripods, but who needs those, right? But anyway, there's a little nylon sleeve that goes over the drive shaft there that fell on the ground. But in a nutshell, what I'm going to do is I'm going to drill and tap this hole here, which is the output, to a 1/2 inch pipe thread, tapered pipe thread. And same with this one. That's the input. Normally goes to a pickup tube. Can't have enough band-aids. But and then I think I might try to plug this pressure relief port here. It's got a spring and a plunger in it, I'm sure. So if it exceeds too much pressure, it comes back here and dumps back in the pan. Pretty sure that's how that works. Don't want that happening to me when I'm transferring oil, so I'm going to try to plug that too. So what you do is you take this base off, and I'll do all that. Pull the gears out before you do all that drilling and tapping to keep the filings, metal shavings, to a minimum, and then clean it all, put it back together. But I'll show you when I get that apart, and maybe when I get those drilled and tapped. All right, see you in a sec. Okay, so I got it apart, got the bolts off right here. These are a 10mm socket, fits these heads of these bolts. Pull that off, and there's where that relief valve goes, right there. And this is how it comes apart. Got the roll pin that goes through there, and you want to drive that from this side that way with a drift punch. Drive that pin out that direction. Then you just pull this out. There's the drive gears, pump gears. I had to use a little bit of emery cloth on this where it was machined. Get it to focus. So it would come out. It's just a little bit of burr from the machining, but that's one. This is the idler. We'll pull all them out. And I have a 1/4 inch NPT pipe tap and a 1/2 inch. So I think I'm going to do what I said. 1/4 inch, we'll do that where that pressure valve is, relief. And then that one will be 1/2 inch. And I'll do that. Got it all apart, keep it clean. Oh no, let's see. Yeah, 1/2 inch there, and then this one too. This is the output. That one there will be 1/4 inch as well. That's just a through hole, so I'm mounting bolt holes. This is where the oil comes out. Okay, I'll get to tapping those and see how it goes. See you in a sec. notice on this one, if you can, this hole for the output is on an angle, so you want to make sure you hold your tap as close to that angle as you can when you're trying to start your threads. Got this one done. Got all of them done, by the way. Oop. Get that later. See if you can see those threads. There we go. But yeah, that hole is on an angle, so you want to make sure you keep your tap as true to that hole as you can. All right. There we go. All right, back in a sec. Okay, so that last attempt didn't work, so tore it apart and did some checking on that bypass valve that's in there. Turns out there's a cross port that I didn't realize was letting oil bypass so it wouldn't pick up a prime, and that's that port right there. I wanted to use that to get a little extra flow, but because that cross port that's in there, it just keeps circulating around in there and doesn't build any pressure or suction. So back to the drawing board, huh? So what I wound up doing, well, light's in the way. I wanted the volume, so with losing that port there, it's not going to work. I drilled and tapped this side for 1/2 inch pipe. It's going to give me a little more volume because it was 3/8, well, 2/4 inch pipes. You've seen the configuration, but so I'm going to get a pipe plug put in there, seal that off. That should cure that. And then for that's the pickup. So for my output, instead of coming out that hole that I tapped, I'm going to plug that as well. Then I'm going to drill a hole right here, 1/2 inch, and then tap it. Might be able to see my center punch mark right there in the center of the screen. So I'll get that drilled and tapped, and I'll be back in a sec. Okay, what I did was I drilled and tapped a hole in the side of the body there and screwed a 1/2 inch close nipple in there. Now I'm gonna weld that in with some nickel rod, and I'll get back when I get that done. All right, back. So getting ready to assemble this. Just a little recap in case I missed anything before. So this is the end plate. I tapped that hole to a 7/16, cut the bolt off, cut a slot in there. For a screwdriver, I actually used a hacksaw, not a grinder on that. Went and bought 2 1/4 inch pipe plugs, and that's going to go in this side, which was the pressure relief valve, and then 1/2 inch pipe thread there. On this piece, welded a pipe nipple on there. Got it all cleaned up. Getting ready to assemble it. So that plug will go in there, and the other plug will go in this port here. So I'll have that all plugged off in a 1/2 inch output there, which is what I want in the first place, you know, bigger flow, volume. Okay, I'll check out here, and we'll be back in a bit. All right, back. So I got my fittings all put on there. Quick connects. That's the configuration I got right now. So you can do it however you want, but I got quick connects on there so I can transfer from my holding tank in my truck. When I go pick it up, I can transfer it into my system over here, my barrels. It's about 40 degrees out, so the oil is going to be fairly thick. I'll get this set up and see if we can pump some oil. All right. Okay, this first attempt. Well, actually it's the second, but it was a different configuration. It didn't work my first setup, so watch this line right here and should be able to see oil come through that if I can stay out of the picture. In case I have a leak, put that under there. All right, fingers crossed. Turn my valve on. Oh yeah, it works. Got some leaking going on. I Teflon taped these in case I had to take it apart. Once it, now I'm sure it's going to work, I'll use some of that RTV silicone. She's working excellent. Well, if you like the video and helps you out, feel free to subscribe and like and share. Sure appreciate it. Give me the thumbs up, you know. That's a wrap. We'll see you.